It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Reaction video 80. Yes, my brothers and sisters, we on 80. Day in the neighborhood, my people. Stack is back again, my friends. And guess what? I'm back with a brand new channel once again, bro. What is this channel called? Anna Sauce. Anna Sauce, bro. Now this lady got plenty of videos about this true crime documentary shit, and she do an amazing job too, bro. It's like ever since I done got into this, man, it's like I keep like getting recommended new channels, and all these people do a great job, bro. And she had so many videos, I didn't know which one to pick to watch with y'all, man. But I finally decided to pick this one. The title of the video is The TikTok That Solved Girl's 20-year-old cold case. Now that's crazy, bro. A TikTok solved a 20-year-old murder. We gotta see. We got to get into this, bro. We gotta see how this happened, man. But before we see how this shit happened, bro, please, my friends, please, my people, get whatever you may need. Get what you need, bro. Cause we finna check out some Anna Sauce. Y'all ready to do it, y'all? Then let's fucking do it.
So what were you planning to do?
Just bring attention to Alyssa.
How are you going to do this?
Take a shotgun and blow my head off. That's what I tried to do in '94.
Everyone thought that she just ran away. 7 years later, that's when they sat me down, told me that my father had been molesting Alyssa for our entire life.
Oh, shit.
Imagine finding out that your own dad might be responsible for your sister's death.
Oh, shit. I ain't know it was gonna be the damn sister. Oh, man. Let's go.
What did you do? The girl in this case was only 12 when her sister mysteriously disappeared. But as she got older, she realized that the man she had looked up to all her life was hiding a really dark secret. And it was up to her to expose him. Let's dive into the case of the girl who solved her sister's 20-year-old cold case by TikTok.
Dad's a pervert.
Alyssa Turney was born in Paradise Valley, Arizona on April 3rd, 1984. When she was 3 years old, her mom, Barbara Stram, married a guy named Michael Turney, a former deputy sheriff that she thought was her knight in shining armor. Michael adopted Alyssa, and the couple had their daughter together, Sarah, in 1988. Sadly, when Alyssa was only 8 and Sarah was 4, their mom died of lung cancer, leaving Alyssa and her sister in the care of Michael. Sarah said that she and Alyssa, although would fight like normal siblings, were very close. She described her sister as loving and kind, but strong. After their mom died, Alyssa became like a second mother to Sarah, teaching her everything that she knew.
She was like every girl in the early, 2000s with silver eyeshadow and bracelets all up her arm and a big, huge smile. In my life, there was no one cooler than Alyssa.
According to Sarah, Alyssa always wanted to be a mom and had even took child development class in school. When this incident happened, Alyssa was 17 years old, had a boyfriend, and worked part-time at a fast food restaurant. She was described as a normal, spirited teenager with a rebellious streak. She experimented with pot and sometimes skipped classes, though she was a good student.
Experimented with pot and skipped classes? Yeah, that's very normal. At least where I came up at.
Alyssa's friend said that Michael was a strict parent who regularly searched Alyssa's belongings, monitored her phone calls, and sat outside the restaurant where she worked to see what she was up to. Interestingly, Michael was not as controlling and possessive of his daughter Sarah as he was with Alyssa. Sarah would later say in an interview with NBC's Dateline, he was always frantic about her, always had to know where she was and what she was doing. He was very overbearing, but he wasn't like that with me. On May 17, 2001, Elisa had just finished her junior year at Paradise Valley High School. Sarah said that she remembered that her sister was super excited for summer and was planning to attend a graduation party later that evening, but she never did. In fact, no one would ever see her again. Later that evening, Sarah and her dad got home and found Elisa's usually neat room in a mess, and Elisa was nowhere to be found. They tried calling her phone, but her phone buzzed inside the room on her dresser. Beside it was a note addressed to them that read, "Dad and Sarah, when you dropped me off from school today, I decided I am going to California. Sarah, you said you really wanted me gone. Now you have it. That's why I saved my money. Dad, I took $300 from you. Elisa." The handwriting was definitely Elisa's, and
$300? Man, bro, I'm pretty she was old enough at that point to know that $300 wasn't gonna get her through a week. Probably not a day if you ain't got nowhere to stay. Let's go. I think that's bullshit.
this looked like something that she would do since she was always talking about going to California to stay with her aunt. However, it was later revealed that she had actually signed the note at a different time than when she had written it. Michael immediately called the cops to report Elisa as a runaway. The police didn't have any reason to believe otherwise, so they didn't even bother to look into the case. Michael said that he dropped Elisa off in the morning like he usually does, then picked her up early to go for lunch. However, during the meal, Michael said in an interview with ABC News that the two got into an argument because Elisa wanted more freedom. "I told her that as long as you're under my roof, you're going to have to check in with Daddy, because Daddy is a nervous wreck if you don't." She was definitely upset. Michael claimed that when they got home, Elisa was still upset and she stormed off into her room. He left her there to go pick up Sarah and run some errands. He tried contacting Elisa several times when he was gone, but she didn't answer the phone. However, Sarah said that her dad was actually late that day in picking her up and that she had to go to a friend's house nearby, which is where he came and picked her up. She remembered that her dad was frantic that Elisa wasn't picking up his calls. The police never investigated or followed up on this claim, so the case went
Why,
on
bro? Like, I just feel like the police ain't did their job enough, bro. Why y'all just going with what he's saying happened in that damn note that I don't know if it's fake, but something wrong with that note, bro. Something wrong with that note. Let's go.
other hand, Michael was all over the place trying to find Elisa, going from house to house looking for her, and passing out flyers, asking if anyone had seen her. He even traveled to California several times to search for her. He had flyers stuck to the dashboard of his truck for years. He'd tell everyone and anyone about Elisa. He talked about her constantly at the pharmacy, at the bank, at the grocery store. With hindsight, he made a fuss with everyone other than the police. A week after she disappeared, Michael told the police that he received a call from a payphone in California. He said that the conversation was scrambled, but he realized that it was Elisa and she told him to leave her alone and hung up. Elisa's case remained classified as a runaway, with most people believing that she wanted to get away from her strict stepfather and get a fresh start in California. But as months turned into years without anyone hearing from her, this began to look less and less likely. Elisa had a boyfriend, siblings, and friends that she was really close to, but she never mentioned wanting to run away from any of them. None of them also heard anything from her after she went missing. Also, Elisa had left most of her belongings behind, including her cell phone and makeup, and had not touched the $1,800 in her bank account. It was also
She got $1,800 in her bank account. Ain't never touched it, bro. But she talking about, yeah, I took $300. Dad, I took $300. And something about that note, bro. That note, something ain't right about that note, bro. They said it's her handwriting, but I just don't believe that. If she did write that, bro, when it wasn't at that time she went missing, bro. Something's wrong with this shit. I can't believe this shit was a cold case that long.
discovered that Elisa never went to her aunt's place. So, where was she? The police still did nothing for almost 6 years, until 2006, when a man in Florida confessed that he had killed Elisa. The guy was in prison after being arrested for killing another woman a few months after Elisa went missing. On seeing Elisa's picture in an old newspaper, he allegedly turned to a guard and said that he had killed Elisa. However, he could not really describe Elisa, and on further interrogation, it turned out to be a false confession. Still, this helped to bring Elisa's case back into the spotlight and brought out some friends and family who started making some disturbing allegations about Elisa's relationship with her stepfather, saying that Michael might have been abusing Elisa. Elisa's boyfriend told the police that she had once confided in him that Michael had once taken her out to some deserted place and violated her. One of Elisa's teachers and friends told the police the same thing. Some friends even said that Elisa had told them that one night she had woken up to find herself gagged and bound to a chair with her stepfather on top of her. Michael denied all these accusations against him, saying that he was a good father to Elisa and he had never hurt her in any way. It was later revealed that a year before Elisa went missing, Michael had called Child Protective Services to tell them that if Elisa ever called them to report a complaint against him, she was lying. In 2000,
Red flag.
2008, investigators from Phoenix Police Department Missing Persons Unit opened Elisa's case and began looking into Michael. They got a search warrant to search the home where Elisa had lived and the home across the street where her family had later moved to. While searching the house, investigators found many videotapes of Elisa dating back to the 1980s. One even captures Elisa and her boyfriend making out. But, suspiciously, there were no videos of the day Elisa disappeared. Police would also find lots of homemade contracts written by Michael and signed by Elisa stating that he had never abused her. On further searching of the house, police found a large stock of handmade explosives and high-caliber rifles, as well as 2 handmade silencers and a van filled with gasoline.
Michael got some weird ass shit in his house, bro. This dude weird, bro. Why the police ain't been pick up on this man?
Michael himself was also carrying a knife, 2 loaded guns, and 7 magazines of ammunition when he was arrested. The police also found a 98-page manifesto titled Diary of a Madman Martyr, written by Michael as he tried to explain why he had all these weapons in his house. In the document, he accused the Internation Brotherhood of Electrical Workers of being behind Elisa's kidnapping and murder. Michael had worked as an electrician in the 1980s and complained about the poor working conditions. When Elisa disappeared, he told the police that he thought the union held a grudge against him and wanted to punish him by taking Elisa. In the manifesto, he claimed that he had killed 2 assassins responsible for his stepdaughter's death and that Elisa was buried in Desert Center, California.
Oh, nigga, you killed her and buried her in that damn shit. Man, this dude here full of shit.
He further wrote that he planned to blow up the Union Hall in revenge and then gun down any survivor before ending his own life. The police believe they may have stopped him just in time, as they found the weapons and explosives on December 11th, and the next Union meeting was scheduled for December the 15th. In an interview with ABC News, Michael denied wanting to blow up the Union building, but admitted that he was going to end his life in order to bring attention to Elisa's case.
So what were you planning to do?
Just bring attention to Elisa.
How are you going to do this?
Take a shotgun and blow my head off. That's what I tried to do in '94.
In March 2010, Michael pleaded guilty to possession of unregistered explosives. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison, though he only served 7 years before he was released in 2017. Meanwhile, Elisa's little sister Sarah believed that her dad had something to do with Elisa's disappearance. She started a Justice for Lisa blog page and Facebook page and reached out to several media houses and true crime communities to share her story and beliefs. She even started a podcast called Voices for Justice to ensure that her sister's case reached as many people as possible.
In 2001, my sister Alyssa Turney went missing. She was 17 and I was 12. She was basically the only mom I ever had. But everyone thought that she just ran away, and the police didn't even look into it until 2008, 7 years later. That's when they sat me down, told me that my father had been molesting Alyssa for
for our entire lives. They told me I had a sister I didn't know about and that they were raiding our home right that minute, looking for evidence that he killed my sister.
After her dad was released, she went and confronted him, asking if he had anything to do with her sister's disappearance, and his answer was just insane. But the breakthrough came in April of 2020, when Sarah began posting on TikTok. She shared the story on TikTok, including one video where Elisa is heard saying, "Dad's a pervert."
Cookie. Dad! Dad! Dad's a pervert.
Oh man.
The case
That was the sign there, bro. That was the sign there. Don't no child just call their dad a pervert. Especially at the age she was, bro. Unless it's a reason.
blew up after this, getting millions of views. And in August 2020, Michael was arrested and indicted by a grand jury on second-degree murder charges against Elisa. What do you think about this case? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
I just think Michael is just a sick motherfucker, bro. And I'm glad that her TikTok and her starting to post the shit, bro, really brought attention to it to the point where they gone got that motherfucker. That motherfucker. But another thing too is, bro, as far as fucking the cops, man, the police, bro. Why was they so dismissive? Dismissive the word. They were so nonchalant. Like they didn't really delve into what happened to her, bro. They just took the story of, oh, she left town and she was gone and that was it. They just took that and ran with it. Like, yeah, she just said, fuck her dad and she gone and I just disappeared. Like, I don't know, that shit weird to me, bro. That's just weird, man. But the police be out here doing that, man. Not all of them, but sometimes we do be hearing about how police just don't take the case serious enough, man. But end of the day, bro, found out who did it. It all came full circle. I just hate that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get caught 20 years ago. And I digress. Hey, that was good, Unsolved, man. We gotta come back to her, bro. Real soon. And y'all gotta come back to the Bean channel real soon. But until then, my friends, I got one more thing I gotta say. The Bean, baby! Legend.